Golfers, welcome back to the channel. One of the biggest driving faults I see is when people get to the top of the backswing, their upper body gets too far ahead of the golf ball. So if you think of your left shoulder moves down ahead of the golf ball, chest goes in front of the golf ball. Chest working ahead of the ball, left shoulder working down too early. We get the shaft moving a little bit too steep like this. We're going to hit downward drive, we're going to create a lot of spin and not a lot of distance and accuracy. Simple drill to help combat this: put the grip end of the club quite close to your left ear, so you feel like your head's slightly behind the golf ball. As you work the club back, all we're going to feel like we're doing from here is we stay marginally behind the golf ball. So almost going to feel like our chest stays behind the golf ball, feeling the left shoulder's working up through impact. If I get a little bit too much ahead of it, as you can see from there, the grip end of the club's going to go through my right shoulder. So we're trying to keep the grip end of the club through our left ear. I'm going to feel like my left shoulder works up a little bit more, so I almost feel like my left leg starts to straighten through impact, so I'm getting up through my lead side. There, you're going to get behind it and you're going to stay behind it. And as I come into impact, left leg starts to straighten, left hip goes up and left shoulder starts to go. With the left shoulder working up, that's going to get the chest to extend towards the sky. It's going to encourage us to hit up with driver. If the left shoulder was down too much, we're driving that club head straight into the ground, so allow your left shoulder to work up, left leg starts to straighten. That's going to allow the club to shallow and allow us to hit up with driver to create maximum launch but low spin. 3 common driver faults I see on a daily basis. The golf ball, they'll get the ball position too far forward in their stance. They'll get the right arm a little bit too much on top of the golf club like this. Shoulders get a little bit open and the chest gets too much ahead of the golf ball at address. Then as we wind up to the top of the backswing, our lower body is going further forward, so your upper body is getting ahead of the lower body. So ball position too far forward, shoulders a little bit too open, right arm a little bit too much on top of left arm, come back down into impact. My chest gets too far ahead of the golf ball. Left knee starts to go too much over my left foot and my weight gets too much ahead of the golf ball. The club's going to drive into the ground and we're going to struggle to hit overdrive. Left hand on the club, get the grip end of the club going through your left ear. As you work the club to the top of the backswing, the feeling is we're going to get behind it, so I feel like upper body's winding up. And as I start down, I'm going to feel like my lower body's going to go first. I feel like my left knee gets close to target and my left hip's going to start to open up first the way, and my upper body almost feels like it goes back the way. All we're going to feel like from there is my right shoulder's going down a little bit more a little earlier, and I'm going to feel like my left shoulder starts to go up. Left shoulder's going up, right shoulder's going down, upper body stays slightly behind the golf ball. So I'm going to get behind it in the backswing. Then my lower body's going to initiate downswing, left knee's moving away from right knee, left knee moves away from right knee, lower body opens up first, upper body stays behind the golf ball, and the left shoulder keeps its height through impact. So the grip end of the club's working up and left, facilitated by the chest extending towards the sky. We'll get the grip end of the club working down and left, allow the club to work up and left through impact. That's going to allow the club to hit the ground a little bit before the golf ball. It's going to enable us to hit up. Start with your feet together, fling the left foot out, big step to the right foot. Going to get the ball position off the instep of my left foot. Take your right hand off the club, slide it down to your right knee. That's where we create this upper body tilt, so I feel like my upper body slightly behind the golf ball. Left shoulder slightly higher, right shoulder slightly lower. I'm going to get behind it, feel like the rotation of my right shoulder. Then I'm going to extend my hands. Then my lower body initiates the downswing. My upper body still maintains its tilt. Left shoulder slightly higher, right shoulder slightly lower. My chest starts to extend towards the sky, and I feel like the grip end of the club works up and left through impact. That's going to help the club work lower to higher, and it's going to allow me to hit up a driver. One of the biggest faults I see with people hit driver is the ball position is too far forward. Chest is too much on top of the golf ball, so left shoulder gets a little bit too low. Chest moves ahead of the golf ball impact, path moves left. We hit down on drivers and we don't get the ball airborne. Here's a really good drill to feel the sensation to change that. In the club almost level with your left ear feelings. You're going to get behind the golf ball, you're going to stay behind it, so as you come back into impact, the feeling is your left shoulder's going to start to work up. Get behind it, and as you come back down into impact, lower body starts to initiate downswing, your upper body's going to feel like it's slipping behind the golf ball. 2 feelings: left shoulder works up the way, the grip end of the club works up and left through impact, instead of getting the left shoulder working too low and then the grip end of the club working down and left. So let's get behind it, stay behind it, left shoulder working up towards the sky, the grip end of the club working up and left, the ground slightly before the golf ball, and then the club works low to high through impact, and that's